Hey Devil Jester 6 here. I think I've finally got round the lag problem with the sound. If I haven't, then I haven't. I'm still going to try and entertain you as much as possible. Got a new hack, so I felt like it. It's kind of plastic and crap. And for a fancy dress. Anyway, I'd like to share with you a game I first played on the PS1. So I started ordering old shit off Amazon because it's quite cheap and I'm a tight ass. But it's always stuff I either used to play or always, you know, wanted to play but never got into. So I thought it'd be fun to order that. And yeah, it'd be fun. I'd like to share with you something called Croc, Legend of the Gobos. And I'm going to start with the story for this game, which the opening cutscene doesn't do a very good job of, but I think they wrote it down in the instruction booklet somewhere. So let's just see. In which the Gobos are described. Page 4. Let's try this. Okay, here we go. Who are the Gobos? Examine ancient paintings from the time of the civilization. You will find that the Gobos were a short, furry people who could be politely described as gerbil-esque. Wow, gerbil-esque. But what of their soul, their character? One historian wrote that the Gobos were among the most advanced civilizations of their day, making great strides in science and literature, a people whose intelligence shines like a beacon in the night. It should be noted that this historian himself was a Gobo, and not only made numerous grammatical errors in his account, but also misspelled Gobo. What a retard. No, the Gobos were a simple people, a race whose greatest inventions were edible deodorant. Edible deodorant. I'm not making this up. Edible deodorant. And the wind-powered cow moistener. A cow moistener. Something that provides moisture for cows. Moving on. In over 2,000 years of existence, the Gobos only sent 3 of their kind to college, and 2 of these were returned post-due. Okay, so they weren't the sharpest pins in the cushion. But were they lovable? You bet. So lovable that they would often keep each other as pets. Is that an innuendo? I'll let you guys decide. But oddly enough, it was their lovability, their kind-hearted innocence, that set in motion a chain of events that would send the Gobos plummeting towards a terrifying fate, a fate worse than death. A fate so frightening that those with heart conditions wish to stop reading now, although it's really not that frightening. It all started one morning in the 3rd month of the year of Soup Spoon. King Rufus the Intolerant. What a wonderful name for a king. I'd vote for him. Ruler of the Gobos was down by the riverbank watching the sunrise. He had just finished breathing a sigh of relief that once again the sun had returned. Why this race is retarded. When suddenly a small basket floated ashore. He and a group of his Gobo subjects huddled around it. Sorry, I'm retarded too, apparently it would seem. Maybe I'm just tired. Peering inside, they saw a small baby crocodile. Naturally, they assumed he must be the early leader in an annual midget crocodile basket race. Not that there had ever even been such an event, but you never know about these things, and many of the Gobos placed bets just to see on the safe side. After a couple of hours, when no other baskets came by, the Gobos decided that perhaps there was no race, or that it had been called off the night before by crocodiles who shared their concern that the sun had gone away for good. But I think crocodiles, I place more faith in crocodiles, I really do. The Gobos were at first wary of the little reptile, but quickly won over by his vulnerability and inquisitive nature. King Rufus decided that the Gobos would raise the crocodile as one of their own, and that he himself would care for and instruct in all the ways of the Gobos. The Gobos fell in love with their new charge. As he was a crocodile, they began to call him Crocodile. But then someone thought of a clever new name for him, Croc. Although to some of the Gobos, he will always be known as Mr. Fun Socks or Choo Choo McBuggy. Maybe this is to do with the keeping each other as pets part that was mentioned earlier. Although I don't really want to see a furry little rodent and a crocodile keeping each other as pets. Why doesn't Croc just fucking eat them all? Probably because he's too nice. Croc learned quickly from his Gobo friends. He surprised them just how Gobo-like he was. Is there another page of this crap? Yes, there's a bit more of this crap to go. He could sing their anthem backwards and forwards and won every Gobo dance contest he entered. In fact, little Croc was so Gobo-like that it had never even occurred to him to take a single bite out of a Gobo. My earlier point, explained in instruction booklet form. You don't often get that. As far as he was concerned, he was a Gobo, and thus a time of great joy reigned in Gobo Valley. Croc was healthy, King Rufus was happy, and his subjects hadn't had so much fun since the year of the 3-minute egg timer. Then Croc grew. In one fantastic growth spurt, Croc was as tall as 3 Gobos stacked on top of each other. Not that they could ever manage such a feat, because they're retarded, as I claim. He started eating like crazy. For breakfast alone, he ate over 150 buckets of peas. While walking, he would accidentally smash through buildings and trip over homes. But a simple game of patty cake with his friends would lead to multiple unconsciousness and internal bleeding. Despite his friends' efforts to brush off these accidents, Croc began to feel out of place in Gobo Valley. Just as Croc decided to do something about this, a Gobo ran past, shelling, screaming dampiness. And you can watch the rest of the cutscene because I really can't be arsed with explaining the rest of it. But why is all that detail in the instruction booklet? And why does it seem like it was written either 1 by someone retarded, or 2 to be just weirdly funny, or 3 why am I thinking it's something I'd write? That's just worried me slightly. I think that's it for this part, because I can't really, I'm going to need a minute to pick anything out of my brain other than the year of Soup Spoon. So just check back in the next part. I will cover the game in as brisk form as I can.